Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to RickyVillaTV, care of Spursuasian TV. I hope everybody is doing well today. Unfortunately, the main man, Kev, is not feeling very well. He's got a problem with his neck, so he's laid up in bed, so he won't be joining in. I believe that Simon and Eugene may be joining a little bit later, but if you want to join in, there is the link. Please click on that and then I'll let you into the studio and we can have a chin wag. So let's start off an interesting week in football. Spurs versus Qarabag, that world famous Azerbaijani team. So the lineup was Vicario, Gray, Dragusin, VDV, Davis, Saab, Suma, Burfal, Johnson, Solanke and Son. So we didn't exactly start off very well. Dragusin, mate. Yeah, I'm not really sitting on the shelf a little bit there. It was a mistake, but also what was he meant to do? Having looked at the Qarabag finishing throughout the game, the geezer probably would have missed it anyway. So he could have stayed on. But it was a bit silly, and luckily it didn't come back to bite us on the behind. I have to say I felt very sorry for Burfal getting pulled on 12 minutes because I don't think he's going to get an awful lot of chances this season. But the Europa League is a place for him to shine, him and Gray, and maybe the more peripheral members of the squad. But after that, lovely goal from Johnson. I know he really does split opinion with all of the Spurs fans. I still want to give him a chance. He does still seem to have a big problem with confidence, which is a shame. He's only a young player and it ain't his fault that we paid, what was it, almost 50 million for him. I still think he can come good, but he seems to be one of those players who relies heavily on confidence. And no wonder he's cancelled his Instagram if everybody is slagging him off. So after that, I'm not really sure what was happening with the Qarabag team. As they say, when your luck's in, Cobber. Missing open goals, missing penalties. It was, yeah. Then we luckily took advantage of it. Sarr scored in the 52nd minute. A nice poacher's goal, and the same for Solanke after a shot from Sonny. I also like to give a mention to Vicario. I think he made some great saves, but he's been a bit touch and go this season. It hasn't been the Vicario that we know and love, or maybe it is, and we just, he was very lucky when he first came here. He occasionally reminds me a little bit of Bruce Grobbelaar. Grobbelaar was an amazing keeper, but Gordon Bennett, did he have a mistake in him? I'm not saying that he was taking money like Grobbelaar was, but I suppose you never know. I was going to do around the table for man of the match, but I think I'll just go for it myself. And I'm going to go for Vicario because of the saves that he pulled off. There could be an argument for Solanke as well. I thought he was everywhere, here, there, and everywhere. Hassling, this is what we need. This is what we missed with Kane going, a big, strong centre forward. He's obviously not a touch on Kane, doesn't have the close ball skills, I wouldn't say. But he is someone who I'm excited to see how it's going to progress this season and hopefully next season as well. So get your comments in, guys, if you've got anything to say. I see we've got 5 people watching. And also, if you want to join, then there is the StreamYard link. Next up today, we are going to the theatre of nightmares. Although, having said that, I think it was 12 years ago, myself and a mate of mine called Mike, we went to the theatre of nightmares, but it was the theatre of dreams that day. It was, I believe it was Vertonghen's, either his second game or his debut. In the 3rd minute, I think it was, he ran down the wing, knocked the ball in, and I can't remember who it was, but it was an own goal. Then Gareth Bale got one. I think they got one back, and then Deuce scored. Then they got another one back, and we were kind of shitting ourselves for the last 15 minutes. So much so that Mike couldn't watch it. He had to go down into the concourse. That was quite hilarious. And then we had a brilliant night out afterwards. Mike knew some Man City fans who we met up with, and we had a great time. They bought us drinks because we beat Man United. We had a good sing-song. And all together, it was a a cracking day and night out up in Gunchester. But today, little bit different. I don't think they definitely aren't the team that they were back then. They weren't that great back then. But now with, what's his name, Ten Hag at the helm, I really can't work that guy out. He did wonders with Ajax, but with Man United, doesn't seem to be going so well. But predicted lineup, we got Vicario, Porro, VDV, Romero should be back, Udogi, Basuma, Bentancur, Maddison, Johnson, Solanke, and Werner. I'm hearing that Son is really touch and go, so I'm going to be putting Werner in instead of him, although I do believe that he is a massive waste of wages, and apparently we're paying 150,000 a week for him, which there's no way that he's worth that. And you wouldn't have thought that Levy would sanction that, but maybe Big Ange has said, look, mate, I really need him. And so we've got him, but he hasn't really performed. I think he looked a lot better last season. I don't think he's done an awful lot this season. So that will be an interesting one. Richarlison is still out, as is Odegaard. I believe both of them are due back mid-October. Which year, nobody knows yet. So knowing Richarlison, it'll be 2027, then he'll be going off on a free transfer after that. But yeah, what can you say? So predictions for today. I haven't really thought about this as yet. It's been a busy weekend, been a busy week. But we don't tend to do particularly well there. I remember us beating them 6-1 under Maureen during COVID. That was a bit of a, unusual one. They didn't have a great result in Europe in midweek. Ericsson made a terrible mistake to let through Lammers, who plays for Twente, but I believe was playing for Rangers last season. Seems to be quite a good player, but he's a bit old for us. I think he's 27. So I'm going to go for 1-1. As you've seen, I've been sitting on the fence an awful lot recently. My confidence in this team is not massive. My confidence in the manager is getting less by the week. I still am very shocked the way that we played against Qarabag, that we went all out attacking, even with 10 men. Now, you do that against a Man City or a Liverpool or the Gooners or Chelsea this season. They're looking at hitting double figures. So it's, I think a draw would be good. It will still leave us in 10th position, I believe. Even if we win, we'd only go up to 7th. As I was saying the other days, just like the 90s. It's a little bit worrying, but I'm hoping we can turn it around. Some of the players need to find some form. Sonny hasn't exactly been great recently. Maddison, though, I have to say, I eat my words and I take it back. He has been brilliant over the last 2 games. Yeah, okay, it's only 2 games. And not against the best opposition. But if he can get back to what he was like when he first signed, I think that's going to be great. If you're watching, let us know in the comments what your prediction is. And also, if you want to join, then please do, because otherwise I don't have an awful lot more to talk about, and I'm going to wrap it up because I don't know where the others are. So I'd like to go in off the Tottenham subject at the moment. Bad luck, you pies. I don't know if many of you know I'm from a place called Amersham in Buckinghamshire, and over the last couple of seasons, their football team has been absolutely brilliant. And they have they got to the third qualifying round of the FA Cup. Now, this is pretty special, seeing as they play in the Combined Counties League, I believe it is, which is 9 or 10 level of English football. So, yeah, they get crowds of about 50 to 100. But this season last season, they've got an amazing team. They got a guy called Harvey Sells and a guy called Jake DePaul up front, who are absolutely amazing. And they've done brilliantly. But unfortunately, they came up against National League South team, Taunton Town, yesterday. Went 1-0 up through Jake DePaul, and unfortunately ended up losing 2-1. But it was a lovely dream. It's the first time they've been in the FA Cup since 1969. And let's hope that it carries on. But, oh, look, it looks like we have someone coming in. Hello, Eugene.
Hi, guys. To tell the truth, right, I'm at the Ames and Spurs celebration of the partnership, right? Just to show you guys, this is direct from RickyVillaTV and Spursuasian TV. If you guys are live now, you get to see this, right? We are doing an Ames thing. I'm here for the event, and let's see how that goes. And I just found out one thing, right? Ames, right, actually is partly owned by a Malaysian and a Singaporean company.
What is it? What is Ames?
Ames is a trading platform, right?
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess it's something like what you call, I don't know, maybe Binance, or one of those where you trade stocks, trade crypto, right? Yeah, so it's more or less something like that. So at the moment now, this is where I'm walking into the ballroom, right, guys? Yeah, this is the ballroom where they're going to have, right? This is the entrance to the ballroom. I'm not sure whether they will allow me to go in, but I will just have to look. I just go in first, yeah. So at the moment now, this is the ballroom. So this is what we are doing for Ames, right? As you can see, live, right, from RickyVillaTV, Spursuasian TV, right, tonight. Basically, there's a partnership with Dortmund too, Spurs. So I guess this is what it is, right? And we're going to have a dinner and find out what's going to happen here tonight. Nice. So I'll step out because the music is a bit loud here. So anyone else is joining you on the show at the moment?
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not sure where Simon is.
Yeah. So the thing is that at this moment in time, let's see how that goes. I'll keep you company for a while I'm still waiting for my fellow Malaysian Spurs committee members and all that. The treasurer is here at the moment with me. I'm waiting for the president and one more of my committee members, right? So I guess we are all focused on tonight, right? And one of the vice presidents I was talking to just now, he's basically a Manchester United fan. The Ames vice president, right? He's Malaysian, right? And he's a Manchester United fan. So that is the good thing. We had a good chat about Manchester United, and the game is tonight. So let's see how it goes, whether we'll be doing a viewing here or viewing somewhere else. And we'll see how that moves on, right? So, this is Malaysia. Yeah, we got coconut trees, right? We got a swimming pool. Yeah. Somehow or another, we're doing this in a we're called a golf and country resort, right? It's in one of the affluent parts of Kuala Lumpur, right? It's actually a gated, guarded community here, right? Where you have the the houses that goes to millions, right, surrounding a golf club.
Yes.
Typical. It's a typical Spurs thing, right? Yeah.
How the other half live, eh?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah, I've run through pretty much everything I wanted to talk about because there's no one here to chat. There was no one here to chat about it. Do you want to talk about the Qarabag game?
Oh, the Qarabag game, right? To tell the truth, right? We went down to 10 men, right? And honestly, to tell the truth, going down to 10 men and beating Qarabag, right? It's a good sign for us because we were down to 10 men. And like I was saying in a previous show somewhere else, I was saying something like, when was the last time we actually beat someone with 10 men? It doesn't matter whether it's Qarabag or whoever, right? But the best part is that we beat someone with 10 men, and that is a good result. But of course, we have to take into account that we played Qarabag, right? And Qarabag is not one of the top teams in the Premier League or top teams in Europe. But Qarabag, there were certain issues with Qarabag too because of the traffic congestion of the coach. You know, their bus getting to the stadium, it was late. They just hopped off the bus and they went straight into the game, I guess, without proper preparations. And to be honest, if they were a bit more clinical on the night, we could have been at least, it would have been a more harrowing kind of a situation. You get what I'm saying? A more harrowing kind of situation. So at this moment in time, right, I'll take the win. I think the big test is actually tonight. And of course, the next three games, I think, will be against the Hungarian side, Ferencváros, and of course, Brighton coming up next. But one game at a time, I'll take it as one game at a time, and I wouldn't mind, you know, let's see what happens with the Manchester United game tonight. You know? Because the only thing is just let's hope turn up, right? Because that's what usually happens to Spurs, and let's hope we can get a good result out of it.
Yeah.
Right. So at least we put a good performance with a good result. I would love to have a win there, but of course, there's a big chance that, you know, I wouldn't mind coming away with a draw.
Yeah.
In Manchester United. Yeah. Big up to Eva, man. Big up. You're in Hong Kong tonight. Yeah. Yeah. Tonight's the game.
Nice
right.
to see you.
Yeah. So whatever happens, right, at this moment in time, right, I'll just sit back and watch. And as for the Qarabag game on Thursday night, I will take it with a pinch of salt because Qarabag didn't perform. They weren't clinical enough. Guys, they missed a penalty. Think about it, right?
And an open goal.
And I think 2 open goals or something like that.
Yeah, they were. But it wasn't good.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't as, you know, as you say, as expected. How will it turn up? Right? We won it, we take it, right? And we were home. So we move on from the Qarabag game, right?
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
No, absolutely. I think I was just saying earlier that I think it's quite amazing that we still played the way that we normally play, even with 10 men. That if we play like that against a better side, I have a feeling that we're going to concede double figures. So,
yeah, that's the thing with Ange, right? Ange has got this thing about saying that, you know, he doesn't mind conceding, right? He's comfortable with that, but just as long we attack, right? But the thing is that when you say we attack, doesn't mean that we're going to score. So there's a very open-ended meaning over there, which makes me a bit worried because when you talk like that, right, it gives me a feeling of like, you know, we're going to lose more than we're going to win. So, you know, and if you want to win things, right, we can't be losing more than winning. That's how I feel. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's similar to the Ozzy Ardiles days, isn't it? Except we do actually have a midfield these days.
Yeah. No, it reminds me of Bielsa at the same time, right? When he was in charge of leagues, when he was in the Premier League, right? It was just all going forward, and you just forget what happens at the back, right? You must well just forget about the defenders, right, and just play 10 attacking players, right, and everybody just runs forward all at the same time. Yeah, and leave the goalkeeper stranded. I mean, if the goalkeeper can score goals too, send it up there.
Absolutely. I'm surprised he didn't take the goalkeeper off to put another forward on when Dragusin got sent off.
Yeah. Oh no. To tell the truth, right? When Dragusin got sent off, right? If he takes off the goalkeeper, right? Who are we gonna expect? Fraser Foster to come on? No, man. I'd rather Fraser Foster stays where he is, on the bench or, you know, back home.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We had 2 goalkeepers on the bench on Thursday, Austin and Foster.
Yeah, Austin and Foster was on the bench. But the thing is that I don't understand about Ange is that we don't use our young goalkeepers. You get what I'm saying? The young goalkeepers, right? What are they there for? And especially in the Europa League, right? We should, I don't know, maybe there wasn't the confidence in Austin or Whiteman, right? And we needed that 2 youngsters to come in to cover the spot. Plus, the other part is that, you know, in the end of the day, we had to sacrifice Jet Spence, right, or Regulon,
Yeah.
to back up our wings. But it is what it is. Maybe later, during the later stages of the Europa League, maybe during that stage, then maybe when we reach the round of 16, where we can revamp the squad, right? Then maybe we can add in a few more, how we say, players, more senior players and all that. And hopefully by then, Ange can actually see that Foster is not actually should not be actually be part of his plans. That's how I see it. All right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that is true. If you just bear with me a moment, Simon's just turned up.
Hey, Simon.
Hello, sir. How are you? I just need to pop out for 1 minute. Just give me a minute, yeah. So talk about yourselves, guys.
Simon. Let me show you some things, right? This is Ains, right? And I found out Ains, right, is actually a Malaysian partnership company, the Singaporean company, which is a trading platform. So now we're having some Malaysian influence into the club, right? Let's see whether we can make some save. This is the volume that we're gonna do our event, right? And you can hear that the music is quite loud, and things are quite well here at the moment. So let's see how that goes, right? And for all, we shall see how everything runs around. So at this moment in time, right? Once Jens comes back, I guess I'll have to leave you because I'll get back to the event. The event will be starting around 6:30, but as usual, Malaysian time. Yeah, we're always late. Don't worry. And how are you doing, Simon?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. A little bit hungover. Sorry, I'm late.
Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, yesterday was Saturday, so yeah. There was no match, right? So there's no match. There's no stress. Then you go and have a good time, right? Yeah. And your thoughts on the Qarabag game?
Yeah, Qarabag, as they call themselves. I thought it was a good game. Very proud of how we dealt with obviously sending off. I mean, yeah, it was a sending off, I suppose, wasn't it? Can't really argue with the ref there. But really proud of how we dealt with it. Obviously, feeling pretty much the same as Ange. Probably a little bit annoyed that we had to change things around and bring on subs that he probably didn't want to do because of the sending off. So
yeah, that's true.
But that's okay. The big boys now, aren't they? So I think I'm a little bit disappointed with Draghi Singh because I've always liked him. I thought he's a really good defender.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to think of what he could have done instead of doing that foul, but I understand why he did it. But silly boy. I don't know why. I don't know how he's going to get back in now. To be honest,
I think as I said a little bit earlier. Welcome, by the way, Simon. Sorry about that. My wife and kids just came back to pick something up, and the kids going to the beach, so she needed their willies. Even if he hadn't brought him down, seeing the way that the Qarabag forwards played for the rest of the game, he probably would have missed it anyway.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I got to make a move, right? Since Simon's here, I'll catch up with you later, right? Tonight, I'm not sure yet. I might do a watch along later. I might not. Let's see how the thing goes around, because the watch along, let's see where the venue is going to be and whether they allow me to do it or not, right? Yeah. But if I do, I'll let you guys know, right? And take care, right? Continue the show. Have a great one. And don't forget, guys, right? RickyVillaTV now is streaming straight out of Spursuasian TV. Please go over to RickyVillaTV. Give him a like and a subscribe, right? And those of you guys who are watching from RickyVillaTV, come over to Spursuasian TV and give it a like and a subscribe too, right? Guys, take care. I have to get back to the event, right? Take care, guys. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.
Coming Spurs. Bye.
All right.
Bye-bye. So, have you discussed... Sorry, I missed that. Have you discussed about Qarabag? Is there anything else you want to say about the game?
Just getting into it there. I was just saying I was really proud of how we dealt with that, really. It's funny, I was talking with the missus about Qarabag, and like obviously almost an unknown quantity. I know we played them twice before, but almost an unknown quantity in terms of what they're going to be like. And the missus was saying maybe they're like the equivalent of like League Two or something, but I think they're more like the equivalent of the Championship. I think I thought they were good. You can see why they've won. Well, this month they've won all their games for the past 3 or 4 weeks and stuff like that. Because they were relentless, and it's good that they didn't just fold, and they gave us a good game. Yeah. But I'm pleased that our quality shone through. I thought Archie Gray had a great game, really, really good game. So I'm chuffed for him. Hopefully, he'll be pushing for a place now.
Yeah, I thought it was a shame that they had to hook Bergvar, but
yeah, he was really gutted, wasn't he? Just see his face.
Yeah, he was very unhappy. But it was it was good to see Gray. It was good to. I'm still unsure of. Well, it seems that they want to play him as a right back. Yet he played quite a bit as centre mid as well. For Leeds, and as far as I was concerned, he is a central midfielder. But I may be wrong there. Are you still there? Is there anybody there? Having a few issues with the with the show today, guys, but it's all good. I shall take Simon out and then bring him back in again. So as Eugene said, like, subscribe, and share if you wish. No, that doesn't seem to be working. So, okay. Shall I just talk bullshit for the rest of the time, which is what I've been doing anyway? Or should we wrap it up? He's now disappeared. So any other business? I'm not really sure that I can think of anything from this week. I'm sure there'll be more hotels being built, more houses being planned, more fittings for Levy to get on his mayoral gown, because I'm pretty sure he's still hoping that he can become the mayor of Tottenham. God forbid, poor people. Luckily, I think it's mainly ceremonial these days. They leave all the proper work to David Lammy, but I'm not really sure that he's doing a great job. So we're coming up to the half an hour mark, and I don't really have an awful lot more to say. So I think I'm going to wrap this up. So it was a pleasure. Our first show under the Spursuasian family banner, and I'm looking forward to doing an awful lot more of them. And hopefully, if Eugene does a watch along later on, then I will see you guys there. But no, he's coming back. Oh, I think I've said goodbye twice on this show so far.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
That's all right. No worries. No worries.
Technical issues. Sorry.
What would you say your man of the match for Qarabag was? Or who?
Hard to say, isn't it? Because everybody kind of played average. Everybody did their jobs really. I'd say Vicario, just for the saves that he made, and obviously being captain as well. So I think he did a really good job. We played average, and we got through it. That's the thing. I'm just glad that the likes of Mikey Moore and everybody came on and had a few minutes. Really, it was good proving ground, as I say, for everybody. But I'd say Vicario for that match.
That is who I went for. Nice to see you, Chris. Long time no see. I hope you're well, mate. If you want to pop on, please do. You're more than welcome. So I went for Vicario as well. So we'll run through the Man United bit as well, so you can have your say on that. gone for this predicted lineup.
Hmm.
I've already read it out once, so I won't read it out again.
Yeah, I think you. You don't
Because
think Bergbaum?
Sorry?
You don't think Bergbaum?
No, I'm not sure that he's going to... He's still a youngster. I'm not really sure that he will...
Start.
That the manager will trust him just yet. I think Werner probably in for Sonny because Sonny's an injury doubt. And is it worth risking him?
Well, not just that, he's knackered, isn't he?
Yeah.
Sonny. And it's worked before, isn't it? Where we've kept on the bench and brought him on. It's got a hat trick, of course. Well,
yeah, that was Leicester, wasn't it? Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that one time, it's worked a couple of times. So yeah, I think you're right. It's be good to give him a rest and give the others a few tries.
Is there anyone else who can play on the left though? Because Odeber's out. You're not going to push Johnson on the left just to Well, who would you then put on the right? Because Richarlison's out as well. It seems we're a bit short on forwards at the moment, isn't it? I thought we were looking really peachy.
I was just going to say with Richarlison though, but because he's played really well on the left there. But you say he's out. Is he injured?
Yes, yeah. I think he's injured until mid-October, they say, but they didn't say which year. So let me just have a quick look. Yeah, no, late October. He's injured till, but these things are never really that.
In that case, I think he's going to start Sonny then, isn't he? Because Sonny's been playing on the left there, so he's going to start him, I think.
Yeah.
I know Werner does a job there, but I think he's more impactful coming on as a sub, Werner.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah. We got yeah. I think the rest of it's spot on. Yeah, I think this is a win, at Man United.
You reckon? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was just coming on to. What is your prediction?
Just because that lineup that you've got there, obviously, maybe Son as well. So they've all been on fire the last couple of games, especially Maddison. And I just don't think they'll be able to cope. If they play like they've been playing, I don't think they'll be able to cope. The only guy I'm worried about at Man United is God, I just had his name then.
Garnacho?
No.
Fernandez?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Fernandez is the only, and why he didn't leave at the end of last season, I don't know. Because he's too good for them.
Yeah.
And I think I'm predicting right now they'll just use him to have shots from outside the area, which has been missing a lot of lately. But the only worry is that one of them will fly in.
Yeah. Well, we've always got a chance when you've got someone like Onana in goal. So their predicted lineup is Onana, Mazruri, De Ligt, Martinez, Dalot, Ugarte, Mainu, Garnacho, Fernandez, Rashford, and Xerxes. So that is not a Well,
bizarrely, they've been keeping Rashford on the bench, haven't they? Despite him scoring a few lately.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I was saying earlier, I'm really not sure about Ten Hag. He is a. He seems like a strange choice. But
that's bizarre. The quotes he comes out with as well, and just the way he manages his team. I genuinely think they gave him a 1-year extension, didn't they?
Did they?
And I genuinely think they just realised that they were too late to get any decent manager, come the end of the transfer window. Well, before the start of the season, rather.
Yeah.
So I just think they're just like, well, we're stuck with him now. So that's it. Yeah, I'm thinking 3-1 here. Could be more.
Okay. Yeah. Scorers?
Porro.
Well, he had a rest during the week, didn't he? So
Yes.
you know, that's always good when you play like he does, running hell for leather for 90 minutes. I think you do need a rest every once in a while.
Yeah, and obviously, the same with Son, and that's why I'm hoping he'll rest him today. But again, it depends on the formation and stuff. But Son's been vocal, hasn't he, about the amount of matches and everything like that, and how knackered they're going to get if they're not already. Not just our team, obviously, but all of them. Yeah. But we both know nothing's going to happen about that. You know, there's talk of a strike and all this kind of crap, and like, even if you went on strike, they wouldn't do now.
No, there's too much money in it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all about money. So
yeah. But that's also the thing with him is that, okay, the other guys have to go off on international duty. Some of them are lucky enough to be in England. Others go to Romania, Italy. He has to go to Korea. That is a long, old haul. What is it? I think it's 14 hours to Japan on an airplane. So I believe it's around about 13 to Korea. But God, even in first class, you know, Levy's probably paying for EasyJet though, isn't he? So sat there with his knees around his head, like, Mr. Levy, this is not working. So yeah, okay. What can you say? Okay, so go for 3-1.
He probably wouldn't complain either. He's too nice.
He wouldn't, would he? Yeah, he's. There was something. Archie Gray came out in the papers this week saying how amazing he's been, how welcoming he is to all of the youngsters, and he's a proper captain. You know, he looks after the new guys, young or old. He was also mentioning Davis as well. And I think he mentioned Solanke as well had been a big help, even though Solanke's only just arrived himself. So
5 minutes, I think.
That's good. Yeah. So that's
I actually think that's a flaw in Sonny. Do you know what I mean? I think he needs a bit of an edge. He needs to find an edge to help him score more goals, if anything. Just that like little bit of bite. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. But you know, absolute legend.
Yeah, definitely. I think we can safely say that he's on the list of Spurs legends now.
10 years,
has been for many years, I'd say. I can remember, as I always do with the big money signings, when we first signed him, I was like, not so sure about this. And he didn't have a great start, did he? But then he got 2 goals against Qarabag, funnily enough. And it kind of he's never looked back since.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, do you have anything else you'd like to talk about? Would you like to talk about the ladies' team?
Yes. And not so much an apology, because I think last week I said I'm not sure about this new signing, Rasso.
Yeah.
But she was phenomenal. She
really?
was incredible. Like, and she has got a bit of bite to her as well. Like, she's proper giving it to the ref and everything like that, and going in on tackles and stuff. And she was great. Like, player of the match as well. So I'm relieved and happy that with Bizet going off to Man United, ironically, and then bringing her in, it's made a world of difference. And
because Bizet was the best player, wasn't she?
Yeah. Well, in my opinion, we've still got our players that we always rely on, like Ash Neville at the back, and becoming more and more like a wing back, like Porro does. You know, bringing it forward and getting decent balls in and all that kind of stuff. But now we've got something on the left as well, in Raso, and she's great.
Where's she from?
Australia.
Okay. And did she come from Australia, or did she come from a European team or English team?
I think can't remember now.
Okay.
I did, but I can't remember.
Sure, have a look later.
But yeah, she's doing great. And when we had a good win last week, and then we're playing Villa today. So I think it's a 2:00 kickoff. I think. So should be an easy win. And yeah, it'd be great to finish even higher than we did last season. Good to get a trophy as well.
Are we in Europe?
No, not yet.
No. Okay.
Looked like they were going to, as season progressed, but then just too many draws. I think just put us a bit further down.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, looking forward to that. It's going to be a big old Spurs day today. Two wins in one day.
I bet your wife is really happy.
She's just like on a switch, and she just goes, yeah, oh yeah, really good goal, yeah. Yeah. Oh no, the referee is a twat, isn't it? Yeah, yeah.
Oh, bloody hell.
Bless her. I don't know how she puts up with me, to be honest.
No, I have exactly the same feeling as my wife as well. Oh, so the Alex Scott Experience morning. Is this live now? Yes, it is, sir. But we are just about to wrap up, to be honest, because we've been, well, I've been repeating myself all morning. And unless you have something you would really like to discuss, how is Alex Scott getting on, by the way? Because where did he go? He went to Palace, didn't he?
I just keep thinking of the Arsenal player.
Well, women actually like that, mate. So, sorry, I'll get me coat.
Not a bad thing.
Oh, he went to Bournemouth. Oh, sorry. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And how's he doing there? Because I can remember, I have a good friend who supports Bristol City, and he said he was absolutely, was he Bristol City? He was Bristol City, wasn't he? He said he was absolutely brilliant, and they were very, very unhappy to have to let him go. He's doing very well. He's one that keeps the ball, a great dribbler, but will add more goals, assists in the future. He's a genius on the ball. So why don't we buy him, eh? That's a crying shame. But I also think that is a discussion for another show. But if you're about later on, mate, then I think Eugene is very possibly doing a watch along, so we can discuss it again then. I have lots of housework to do this afternoon, so I'm going to sign off. But don't forget, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Exactly what we need. Keeps the ball in the middle and doesn't lose. Yeah, well. But yeah, please like and subscribe to RickyVillaTV and Spursuasian. He was injured, so that's why I sit there. Well, Levy probably wouldn't have signed him anyway, because he probably wanted to get him on the cheap. But we won't go into that at the moment. And
hang on. Are we not going to talk about the fucking fans forum?
Oh. I didn't really hear anything about it.
Oh, okay. But it's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Okay. Do you have anything that you want to enlighten us with?
I haven't watched it yet, but
okay.
It was pretty much the same as last time. You know, where he came out last time and he said, "We've got our Spurs back." It's not your
what an impression! I never knew you could do an impression.
Our Spurs, you prick, not yours. And it's pretty much most of those sound bites and just the whole thing of him doing, bigging himself up. And what's he came out with? He's basically confirmed that he's only interested in money, essentially. Yeah. If I find the when I find the link for it, we've got queued up to watch. I'll post it in the Facebook page for RickyVillaTV. But it just confirms what we already knew, which is he's a money grabbing twat. So
yeah, I can remember them saying that, or what he said was that taking the concessions away is not part of their financial something or other.
Yeah.
And it's, he is basically Levy celebrating failure again with a smile on his face because he's got a lot of money in his skyrocket.
So yeah, that's what I was going to say. So bear in mind all the questions that he faced were pre-vetted.
Yeah.
Good question. Yeah, bear in mind all these questions are sent in. They well beforehand, so there's no nasty surprises or anything like that. Nothing too controversial and everything. And he was asked to list his successes as owner of Spurs, as chairman of Spurs. And I can't remember his top 3 successes. It was top 3 where he feels he'd succeeded as manager. Not once did he mention winning the League Cup. It was all about money. It's all about it was all about like the financial successes. He didn't mention winning the League Cup. He didn't mention Harry Kane or anything like that. Bringing Harry Kane through the academy or anything like that. It was good. It was good in that way because he really showed himself up to be what he is.
Yeah.
So
there's no hiding now, is there? There's no hiding.
I mean, it's good that he stepped back a bit, and we've got hopefully better people. Well, we have got better people in charge, and he's concentrating on the money side of things. But he's still obviously able to do damage because he gives the final say on anything financial. So it's worrying, really, isn't it? It's, there's worse chairman, obviously. We could be Man United, funnily enough. But, I'm grateful that we're not. But at the same time, it's like, what kind of bubble do you live in, mate? Where you're asked to list your top 3 successes and you don't even mention the League Cup or Harry Kane or anything. Jesus Christ. Delusional. Absolutely delusional.
Yeah. He is a special kind of special, isn't he? And the thing that I still don't understand, I'm not sure who these fans are. I'm not sure if they're just people who didn't like football in the olden days because they thought that having to piss into a trough and eating a burger was not really their style, and they much prefer being able to have Vietnamese food and heated toilet seats and a cheese room and stuff like that these days. But that they still, we have to look after the finances first. No. We're a football club. Yeah, we're here to play football. We're here to try and get the best teams to be able to try and win some trophies. It's not about the finances. Oh, but getting into the Champions League. Imagine how much money we get. Yeah, but then if we've got shit scouts, we go out and we buy shit players, and so it doesn't. Yeah. We absolutely struck gold with Harry Kane, and he is one of the reasons that we have been relatively successful over the last few years. Obviously, haven't won anything, but we've got to finals, we've got to semis, but it's not what we want. It's nearly me.
Yeah, we're playing better now than we have in my lifetime. When we were growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Champions League final, that was what he mentioned. That's one of the ones he named. Yeah. Getting to the final, right?
Yeah, exactly. Man, it brings in Jose Conte, gives them Roden, Longley, Davis Dyer, Sanchez, Royal, Sessegnon, Doherty, and whoever fucking else I can't remember because they're shit. Well, that is very, very eloquently put, mate. I
disagree with Davies. I think Davies is a great shout.
Yeah, does he mean Sean Davis? Remember Sean Davis used to play with Pedro Mendes in the middle? No, I'm sure he doesn't. He's talking about Davies. But yeah. So
but yeah, but that's a great thing. Now, since he's stepped back as a chairman and handed over all the footballing stuff to someone else, you know, we've been so much better. You know, we've got Ange, and you know, Ange looks like he's been given pretty much free reign to bring in what he's already got in his head as a team and how he wants them to play and the types of players that he wants, and he's been given free reign to bring them in, and we are definitely getting there as far as that's concerned. You know, we're in a position now where we couldn't imagine 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. Superb.
I've still got my doubts about Ange, mate, but
good,
yeah,
good, because you know we should always be analyzing as fans, and so
oh come on, mate, can't say that, mate.
But I think Ange and the players he's brought in, I think they will prove their worth. You know, I think it was the late great Malcolm Allison, great manager, who said, you know, you need a minimum of 18 months to get the players that you want and get them playing like the style that you need and exactly how you need. And at that point, we should, you know, that we should be at it, and we're well within that. So,
yeah,
in my opinion, we are where we were under Martin Yol back in 2006. What does that say about us? Well, it shows the club's gone full circle. Under Yol, we were fifth, etc. Near the start, maybe. Okay, as well. Maybe, but I think differently. You know, you look at the way we play now. Right.
Oh, right, that's it.
That is just out of order. And don't even joke about that shit, man.
Going back to watch Rihanna. Oh god. Yeah, well, you know, that's a massive success for him, isn't it? All of these concerts and NFL and the F1 thing, and yeah, as we're saying, it's all about the money. But I think what Has says here is I can see similarities between Yol and Ange. That nice blokes, decent managers, but I don't think they'll get you there in the end.
Yeah, I disagree. I think Ange is proven trophy winner.
Yeah, but we could say we could have this discussion again about Japan and Scotland. It's slightly different, but
that's the thing. It's not about the quality of level of quality of players. It's about having that winning mentality in a final. You know, in a final situation, and you know we haven't had that. Well, we have had that, but you know, it's with the managers obviously winning trophies and stuff, but they haven't done it for us because they've been too much of an egomaniac. Yeah, which is true. Yeah, and I think
we don't want to get into that discussion about the Jews and Jesus. So
I think Ange still might have struggles with Levy, but again, I don't. I don't think so, because again, he stepped away from the footballing side, and that's that's been obvious to see that he has stepped away from the footballing side. So, but you know, what I was talking about earlier, he could still make decisions that hurt us. He could, you know, God knows what he's going to do. He could sell off the stadium tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? He's that kind of idiot. And you know, start playing baseball in it or whatever, and you just don't know, do you? It's a liability.
That is awful. Seriously, that is awful.
Well, there wouldn't even be a first drop of sperm out of a unit, would there?
Oh dear. Okay then, guys. I think I'm going to wrap up.
Yes.
Simon, you look a little bit unwell. Are you all right?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm just going to go and try and cure this hangover.
Oh, it's a hangover, is it? Oh, I thought you had the flu again. Okay. Well, it's your own fault.
Yes, it is. Yeah. God, nobody to blame but myself.
Yeah.
Bit like Jagusin.
Right, one last thing from the Alex Scott experience. I hear that Amanda Afix twin. Oh yeah, but 1% of the club for 5 billion. Yeah, she'll be lucky. 0.5% of the club for 50 billion, more like. You know, and ends Daniel. Oh dear. Okay. Anyway, guys, have a wonderful Sunday.
Yes, indeed.
And I really hope that we get something later on. Leave you out and come on, you Spurs.
Come on, Spurs.